Okay. So future product questions, really, really quick. Again, feel free to jump off when not or needed, guys. I'm just trying to get through some since you guys were so generous to take your time to submit these questions. I just thought we would just quickly go through just a couple of them. Idea book questions. When do you think the next idea book will be out? Next year. Next year, the X&R idea will be out. That's all I'm going to say on it. It's in the process. So I can promise next year. Which release or which quarter of next year, I can't promise that. But next year. Will there be an idea book number 4? I just answered that. Yes. And it will be a product form. Will the idea book number 1 or 2 come back in for the paper form? Probably not. We do a couple runs on the idea books, and the moment they're gone, they'll go to digital format, and then we'll take whatever investment capital, the money, because it's pretty costly to do those, because you got to do them in big numbers. Again, this is really personal, but you guys asked. It goes to the other, and that's why we choose to do that, is so that we can produce a new book and then the other ones can go digital. But yeah, so when they are in physical, make sure you grab them while you can, because they won't always be available in physical. So like, for example, number 1, we probably won't print that again unless we get like crazy amount of requests and can guarantee that expense as far as a company goes. So we love the idea books too, by the way.
The video just went off.
Oh, we do love the idea books as well.
Yes. Yep.
I even sometimes will pull that thing out and be like, okay.
Well, it's interesting how it can spark an idea where you're just like, there's an element on a page, you're like, I really like that, and then you'll pull it in to what you're doing.
And I think that's what's fun, is because it's an idea book that you can actually reproduce what you see or similar to it. You know what I mean? Because the tools are there, unless of course they're discontinued, but it's not hard to get similar fashion in as far as the design goes. I know that it was always heartbreaking sometimes when I saw designs and I'm like, well, that's going to cost a fortune to do, or, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
When the embellishments, it was like total eye candy, but I was like, it's not practical in any sense. So, okay. So unvaulting questions. We probably got like 8 questions on like, will you ever bring back Journey? Will you ever bring back Umbrella? Will you ever bring back, just all like 6 questions on that. So our concept. So when you hear us use the word like the vault, the Kiwi Vault, because we use everything with Kiwi, the term, we stick it in a vault. So it's a never and never. It's more of a time thing. And it's just more for allow more growth, more new growth to come in. And so we kind of keep our pulse on that to see like as far as new customer accounts, new growth, new things, because we're still sharing actually. So kind of going back to the thing, like our goal as far as the future, like we want to share this with as many people because it was so transformative to not only our style and our process, but like our confidence in creativity as well, So are you watching the comments, Shy?
I was sorry. I look down every so often just to see if there's anything we need to be paying attention to. I was just laughing about how many times I've seen mini borders show up here.
I know. It is a little fun because it was like they did not sell at all. Like
they did, and they just sat there. But they are super fun. Like I love them.
You were disappointed. Yeah.
Like they're so fun. I just used it on something recently. It was just a perfect.
It's also kind of why we adjusted our tiny borders to be 6 inches, because you can get a very similar look.
Right.
And so again, let's just say mini borders have come up for many discussions to the point where we might have to put a poll out and see exactly where everything is sitting, because I've seen so many people say it, but it does make you smile at it on that for sure.
Yeah. But that's the thing is, we have to have the numbers to justify the order. And
every time we have to discontinue, it's like we have this debate. We're supposed to, we need to, we should. Like,
but will we? No.
Like, so that's why it's not gone, because we absolutely want them back in different ways too. It's like, you'll see them again. You'll see them again.
It'll happen.
So hopefully that answers a lot of you guys' question on our unvaulting process. And it's that there is always hope, always, always, always. One of the things in the process, as we're talking about them, we want to do like a yearly or twice a year vote back, like vote back your favorite designer template. So that's something the team has actually brought up in our leadership meetings. And so we hope to get that into the process in a way for people to voice their opinion at least once a year, maybe twice a year, so that we can have that to kind of make our job easier, because we would just bring it all back if we could. Okay, and then the last questions, unless somebody else asks anything, that kind of covers the heart of products questions, some of the day-to-day questions. I hope that covered a little bit again on some of the processes. Processes are a lot of living, breathing things as well when it comes to day-to-day. So what direction do you see Kiwi Lane going in the next 5 years? How many anticipated products do you see Kiwi Lane introducing? And do you anticipate any new clubs in the future? Wow, Laura Vingara. That is a lot of good questions.
Yeah, it is.
We see Kiwi Lane in the future. Again, when we changed our mission, we really wanted to try to simplify creativity, not just for the scrapbooking world, which is where our hearts and our first love lives, but we really want to try to help other creatives simplify the process so they can find confidence and they can find joy and fulfillment in the creative process, whatever art or form that might be. So we'll see how that goes, but we really want to help other creatives. It breaks my heart literally when I see and I was once there too. I once doubted my creativity. I once felt that way, just like Shiloh was saying, but it does break my heart when I hear people say that, because I'm like, oh, you either need to simplify it, you're overthinking it, or you just need a little bit of a practical tool. You know what I mean? Not just some fancy little thing but something that actually allows you to actually accomplish it in a practical way. So we have some work cut out for us, but we can see ourselves really hopefully to simplify creative process in general across a broader spectrum, always staying true to our first love, which is scrapbooking. What new products do you have planned for 2021? So we actually, I think I vaguely mentioned this in a last update, but we have switched to a quarterly release. We felt like smaller releases instead of 2 times a year releases is a good idea. And our plan is to release every quarter, every 3 months, 2 to 4. Again, we really want to keep it just small releases throughout the year so that we can spread the budget. Again, not for us, but for you guys as well. We fell into a traditional 2 times a year release because of that's what everyone did. And also because of our limits on catalogs. But as we have evaluated and learned from that, we've learned, what, let's take out that concern for catalogs, move it to digital, and try to really get a good resource there, which has opened up the door to allow us to explore a different process as far as new releases go. So hopefully that answers your question. Kiwi Clubs every month. Every quarter, we plan 2 to 4 items. I say 2 to 4 because sometimes, like I said, we hit that point where we're like, I want it so bad.
I know, it's so bad. We're like, what's one more?
But we always are surprised because, definitely initially we were like, are we going to keep up with all these ideas? They're there. We have
never even run out. We generally end a meeting with too many things that we can put out, and that's
but that's because we really love what we do, and we of course use it too, so it's kind of self-serving.
If we love it, you love it, right?
Right, exactly. We can love it, that you guys can keep loving it, and we'll keep moving forward and growing, and so that's always fun. It really does bring me so much joy. I hope that it brings you guys a lot of joy as well. Okay, so that's kind of the Oh, do you have anticipation for any new clubs in the future? Yes, we expect to have new Kiwi clubs. We're trying to make our processes and our website choices and all of that with the mindset of scalability. So why? Because we expect to change, to grow. So, and we're trying to simplify, making it as easy as possible right now to make sure that that platform, because that's one of the many things we had to learn along business is like, okay, well, let's start thinking of scalability to get us past this point. So